So you have played many roles. Which one do you think have been your more challenging role?
Being a dog parent has probably been my most challenging, just because the dog that we have, Turtle, she's the best, and I love her so much, but she really requires someone that is more naturally authoritative than I am. Yeah, that's really interesting. It's funny, I feel like as a human I'm like a middle of the pack, happy-go-lucky person, but then the only area where I can be any of those things is when I'm acting. Like, that's the only place where I feel comfortable actually being a pack leader. Do I want to walk a llama? Yes, I do. It's so regal.
Yes, like that. Yes. See, happy-go-lucky, calm, for love and joy. You're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Today we are having a conversation with a superhero woman, human being, superhero human being, who's a woman. And the story is really cool because just the way our connection happened, right? Which is going to be very interesting for you guys to find out how it happened and why I'm helping a superhero.
I am so excited to be back at Cesar's Ranch. Yes, back. I have been here before, which I will explain why, but it's so exciting to be back.
So many things happened when you guys arrive in that day. It's almost like we're going to fast forward for people real quick because they have no idea how we got connected, how how you and I learned to, for me to learn how to help you, what to do for you. So we're gonna share that story.
Yeah.
My goal is for people to come to the ranch and learn how can dogs become safe peace.
Yes.
Right? Because that's a lot of times where people come to me, and that was and your case, right?
Yeah.
It was a moment where trust was not 100%.
Right.
And respect was not fully developed.
Yeah.
The love was there.
Oh yes.
Remember? So when we meet dogs, and now with your daughter, when every time she sees dogs, tell her no touch, no talk, no eye contact. Tell her be peaceful, be calm, be confident, even if it's not your dog. So that dog gives you the silence, the calmness, the surrender, and then she can now give love, joy. The joy is an excited energy.
Yes.
So when people begin meeting a dog, hi, they are saying, let's be excited. But that person doesn't have trust, respect built. Right. So that dog can jump on that person. That dog can run away from the person. Right. So they can simply do fight, flight, avoidance.
This is actually helpful for me to hear right now, because my instinct as I approached you was to be like, hi, to get down on the dog's level and just be really excited. But actually, I need to be calm and confident.
Yes. It's a leadership mentality, right? So when people play the role of a director, it's a leadership position. And then you need the rest of the pack, the middle of the pack, the back of the pack, right? And that creates a movie.
Yes.
Everybody pitches in. Everybody is part of it. Everybody is important.
Right.
It's just that person has to do that position. This person has to do this position. And normally the director is the pack leader.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
In the dog world, you're going to grab the leash.
Here?
Don't think about it. Just go. Yeah.
Okay.
So can a human do calm, confident, and calm surrender in a second? And the answer is yes. Because these are now your dogs.
Right.
Right? So that puts you in a position where you are a good listener and you imitate, which makes sense, right? As an actor, I work with a lot of actors. They're now you're having trouble here. Just claim. So right now it's about claim.
I need to claim. See, this is, I can't tell you how valuable this is in terms of what I need to be in my life.
Yes.
Because I have always struggled with being authoritative and being a natural leader.
Yes.
And I think having a dog really showed me that.
Yes.
straight away.
Yes.
I mean, should I tell the backstory of
Yes,
how we met
yes,
before?
yes. This is organic. This is no script.
No.
Right? I love for people to see our spirit,
Yes.
our instinct, our heart, and our mind, right? Because we're in the moment learning. This is our second time meeting each other.
Yes.
Right?
So the first time, so the story is that I got a dog 5 years ago and she was a rescue. I got her as a 4-month-old puppy and she is amazing and the love of my life. However, as she got a little bit older, protective instincts started kicking in and she started to really show signs of aggression when people would come into the house, but incredibly loving in all other ways. And so I think that me and my husband got a little bit of mild PTSD from some aggressive outbursts. But I will say that it's because I think neither of us adopted the things that you're talking about of calm, confident leadership qualities. So then anyway, fast forward, we have a baby 6 months ago and I bring the baby into the house after a long week in the NICU. So, you know, we're already drained and slightly traumatized. And then I bring the baby in and the dog is not happy about the baby being there. And my dog is called Turtle, by the way. And so, Turtle. So
Which
you
we
know
have
Turtle.
4 here, yes.
And so I'm like, how are we going to do this? You know, they need to be able to coexist.
Yes.
And it was incredibly stressful because you're just hardwired as a mother to protect this baby at all costs. However, the dog is my other baby.
Yes.
So I'm like, I don't know what to do here. And so we're in a pit of despair. We really don't know how we're going to get through this. And I go upstairs into my room, turn on the television, and I watch so many episodes of your TV show. And I'm like, I know what I need to do. I need to get to Cesar Millan. He's going to solve everything for me. So then I'm like, right, he's got to be on social media.
Wow.
I look for you on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm like, he's not going to respond to this message, but I messaged you anyway. And then you did respond. I think you probably felt for me in my moment of stress and panic.
So when in any home, if you can be whatever you are in the human world, right? Actress, politician, whatever it is, the dog doesn't know.
Yeah.
Right? So
It's a real equalizer, isn't it?
we humans learn to achieve this goal of money, fame, power. But then to achieve a good connection, communication with a dog needs to be done by natural, simple, profound.
Yeah.
Right? By your natural, simple, profound way. Yours. It's yours.
Yeah.
I just help people bring it out. Like a coach will help you bring out that person you have to play.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so true. It's funny just listening to all of this. I think having a dog with, the sort of, I don't want to call her aggressive because it's more, the problem is more with me and rather than her. Like immediately in bringing Turtle here, you told me that she's not an aggressive dog, that she was actually a back of the pack submissive.
Right. That's right.
And I was so shocked because I've obviously dealt with her being very forward and going, crazy at people when they come in the house. So that was very enlightening to me, and it made me just take a long, hard look at myself and how actually there's a lot of stuff that I need to learn. And I think these have probably been issues of mine throughout my whole life. And how you doing? Oh, see that voice.
That's a habit. That's a habit. Okay. So let's do it without the sound.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So silence versus sound.
Yeah.
It's a habit. When you guys came in, what you had was a case of fear that became aggression.
Yeah.
Right. So the dog was afraid because nobody was doing the position of the front.
100%.
Right. So she has to do a position that wasn't for her.
Not even natural. To
Direction,
her.
protection. Right. So
I
that's
know.
front of the pack.
I know.
So it was a back of the pack, being influenced by the lack of knowledge and the fear that you guys built.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you do one strategy and your husband does another strategy, now it's 2 agreements. Right?
Yeah.
The goal is to live in one agreement, commit and follow through.
100%.
Raising a child, doing the business, raising a dog.
Yeah.
The dog is nose, eyes, ears. The kids can be ears, eyes, nose.
Right.
But they also the kids have to learn to be quiet. So there's no need for sound. They can just imitate this moment.
Yeah.
Right? But how can a kid learn silence when the parents are not patient? How can the kid learn trust when the parents don't know how to breathe properly? So just the breath alone is the energy you generate.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember when I came here, you said you don't always get the dog you want, but you get the dog you need. And
it's like a role, right? It's like a role in the movie.
I mean, truly, she's taught me so much through this. And you pointed this out last time, that it was actually incredibly fortunate timing, because I had a daughter right when I realized this. And now I can really recognize what I need to work on right as I bring this human into the world. And I think it is that leadership quality in a calm, confident way that I've just never, ever developed throughout my life. Like, I almost feel like I've taken this strange detour by trying to, do all this stuff with my work in order to feel that way, when actually I could also just fix it at the root of the problem, as opposed to like compensating with things, which I think a lot of people
in
do.
the animal world, it's called avoidance.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right? So that's the simple part. Can we actually fix our own things? Yeah, if you learn to listen to yourself and know yourself, self-knowledge, self-value, self-love, right? So who is Karen spiritually, instinctually, emotionally, intellectually?
Right.
Right, and then that's all right. So why I'm not dealing with this, or what is it that I'm practicing? I'm practicing avoidance, or I'm practicing a fight.
Yeah.
I'm practicing flight, right? Because the animal in you tells you why you're not happy.
Yeah.
If you ask the animal in you, but if you ask the heart about animal things, the heart is going to come out with a different thing, and then the mind is going to come out with many different ways why not to do it.
Right, because you're scared and all of these other reasons.
You use your creation to intensify the avoidance or the fear or the anger.
Yeah.
Fight, flight, avoidance.
I think that's true of a lot of incredibly successful people. When you look at like world leaders and things, I'm like, you're clearly overcompensating for something. And if you could, if you could just really look within yourself, you wouldn't have to try and become the leader of everything.
Or you can be more giver.
Yeah.
Right? Because once we don't really understand what leadership can do, like, it can give safe, peace, love to the world.
Yeah.
It can give trust, respect, love to the world, happiness, health.
Yeah, a good true leader.
Yes.
But a lot of those are not the people we have in power.
Unfortunately, we follow unstable leaders energetically.
Yeah, right.
Good philosophy, but the energy and the actions tell us they're not right.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the truth. That's the humans follow.
Why does this happen? That's what I'm so curious
We've been
about.
conditioned to follow the energy and the philosophy, right? So, it's very important that someone remind him, hey, human, don't forget to be a good human in the front, in the middle, or in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. It's funny. I feel like as a human, I'm like a middle of the pack, happy-go-lucky person. But then the only area where I can be any of those things is when I'm acting. Like, that's the only place where I feel comfortable actually being a pack leader.
Yeah.
Because I have license to do it because I'm pretending or something.
At home too. I give you the license to be the pack leader of your dog.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm a Karen.
All right, I got the magic. There you go.
I read my moment. Life's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, this is in the moment. This is in the moment. This is memories.
Yes.
So you have played many roles. Which one do you think have been your more challenging role? You as a wife, you as a daughter, you as yourself,
right.
You as a mother, or you as a dog parent?
I'm definitely going to say, the most all-consuming is being a mother to a human.
Yep.
However, being a dog parent has probably been my most challenging, just because the dog that we have, Turtle, she's the best, and I love her so much, but she really requires someone that is more naturally authoritative than I am. The baby hasn't shown me that she needs that yet, but I'm sure she will at some point. She's too young, maybe.
Right.
So I would say, and we've worked with a lot of trainers before and really tried to get a handle on this. Because also the interesting thing about Turtle is she will go with someone else and they will have complete control.
Yeah, that's what happened here.
Yeah,
as soon as she got out of the car,
away. Boom, yes.
Yeah.
It was actually extraordinary to watch. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? And I think it's just my natural, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? No.
Sweet is good, but you didn't do nothing wrong right now. Right?
Okay.
Sweet is good. So if you maintain your calm confidence through like an hour, and then you still give love, joy, but it's as a number 3 and 4.
Yes.
Right? So in reality, most people are confused on what to do with a dog.
Yeah.
They're not confused on loving the dog. They're confused on why they have fight flight avoidance. Why? I love my dog so much.
Yeah.
Why this magical dream that I had is not happening? Right? So
Yeah.
so most people enter into relationships with a dog not knowing what position of the pack that dog is.
Yeah.
And based on that, if the dog develops fear, aggression, insecurity, whatever, then you fix that before you give love.
Yeah. For sure, this is very telling actually, but for sure, the roles that I find most challenging to act are the ones that have the qualities that you're describing. I remember I did this TV show called Douglas is Cancelled in the UK recently, and one of my greatest fears is to have to stand there or sit down and calmly deliver a long monologue without any like emotion to kind of almost hide behind.
Right.
And so I had to do that. And I think it's because it required the traits that I'm lacking of just this like I'm sorry.
Claim it. Instead of
claiming it.
tippy-toeing,
I am
because you're going
sorry.
into a tippy-toeing, right? So
Yeah.
you're saying something, but then you start tippy-toeing because you're remembering, that, and you're being honest with the energy and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, phew.
I know, you know what it is? It's like almost this fear of like, I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to seem like I just like kick dogs and don't care.
Right.
you know?
Right. No, but if you claim, they're gonna move away because you're creating a bigger bubble.
Yeah,
That's all it
yeah.
is, right? Just a bigger bubble.
Yeah, take up
Look,
space.
Let me show you.
Yeah.
So before you even any dog, somebody give you the leash. Don't go right away. Help them reset. Go back to your silence, your calmness. Feel the calm surrender together. So that's why working with a pack of dogs is easier because you see energy quicker than if you see one dog.
Yeah.
Because you see a unit
Wow.
doing the same thing,
Yeah.
right? It's like a
That's so
parade.
cool. Yeah.
One person doing a parade is not as fun as when a whole bunch of humans are doing a parade.
Yeah.
Right? Carnival. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, when you're working with an animal, the first thing we have to aim for is silence, calmness. So the mind opens. That's surrender.
Yeah.
Then once you have that, then love that. Feel joyful without the sound. So you're still producing love and joy. It's just quiet.
Yeah.
It's like when you put your baby to sleep. You're doing all of that. Even if you're tired, you somehow go in silence, calmness, comfort, love, joy.
Yeah.
That automatically, as a parent, that's what it triggers.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're tired, you're dying, somehow an energy from inside of you comes out, so that baby gets the best of you.
Totally.
That's the best of you.
Yeah.
The silence, the calmness, the confidence, the love, the joy. Those five, they're five.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Versus if you follow the tiredness, you won't be able to push through it.
Right. Yeah. That is interesting. No matter how tired I feel,
No.
it doesn't even matter because if I've got this baby, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling, basically.
So this is a way to talk to the other generation because you're a mom, so they can't relate to that. But everybody wants to be a superhero.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who doesn't want to be a superhero.
Right.
It's a good fantasy, but then it's a superhero reality, which is being a mom, being a wife, working for your money. That's a superhero stuff. That's a body-mind activity.
I mean, raising children, they are the real superheroes in the world because I've been a superhero on screen, but being a mother is a lot more rewarding and a lot more consuming and much harder work. But it's been interesting playing these roles in Marvel and other films and they're kind of more superhero roles because I guess they possess the traits that I don't as a real life person. However, pretending to have them is, I guess, like being in disguise allows me to pretend I have those traits or something, and I can convince myself for a period of time that I am a pack leader. So maybe what I need to do is just wear my costume at home, and then figure out how to be a pack leader for my dog. But yeah, I think it's always been that way though. Ever since I was young, I wasn't able to have those traits in my real life, but the only place I could was when I was on stage or pretending.
Yeah.
I don't really understand fully the psychology of that, but it felt like an escape from myself or something like that.
Yeah. But that's a moment where people uses the belief system, right? And then it's, okay, what role that I'm playing in this movie? That's a position in the pack.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you love what you do, and you're smart about it. So your four worlds, you allow them to exist. Simply because you begin by believing that you can do it.
Yeah.
The belief comes from the spirit. The do comes from the instinct. The passion comes from the heart. And then the whole creativity comes from the mind. But the spirit and the instinct have to, hey, we can do this.
Yeah.
You know, we can do this role. Why not?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's easy to say, I know, I don't think I can do it.
Right.
If fear takes over and insecurity takes over, that's it. Your spirit was, I guess we can't do it.
Yeah.
You lower the spirit.
Yeah, I definitely do experience anxiety before playing roles and do question whether I can do it. But I love it that much that I'm willing to override that.
Yes.
And it's almost like jumping into a cold plunge.
Yes.
You don't want to do it.
Yes, yes.
Because you're scared of how it's going to feel, but you just somehow do a switch in your mind and go, ah.
Yep.
That's what it feels like to me anyway.
That's exactly what it is. It's to follow through. Agreement, commitment, follow through. Like I say, everything has a formula. So everything you do that becomes really good is a formula of how it happened. And everything you do bad is also has a formula.
What are these?
Ooh, those are emus.
Emus.
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
Like,
So he's coming over.
They're all, know everybody, and they know when somebody is like, the right thing to do is claim.
Claim.
Yeah. When people go, hey, how you doing?
Exactly what I just did. I was like, hello. And then she was coming towards me and I was like, is she going to?
And then you create that. So by you doing that action with that philosophy, you create this thing. Right? But if you just flying, just learn silence, calmness, confidence. Any animal.
Any human too.
Silence, calmness, confidence.
Yeah.
Because we're going to feel your energy even if we're not looking to look for your energy. It's just our spirit, our instincts will always tell us, that this is who you are. But we don't listen to it.
Gosh, this is really illuminating in terms of just how I am understanding myself.
Yes. This is India.
Hi, India. Is cow? Are you okay?
And the goal is this, right? For kids, at one point, you have to come back with the whole family. I
would love to.
Yes, please. Now that your girl is a little older, so she can be around turkeys and chickens and llamas, and just be here. You don't have to pet them. You can just learn to be with the social distance, because you want to build trust, respect, right? So you eventually give love, but you first have to build it.
Yeah.
Right?
Do I want to walk a llama? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do want to walk a llama. Never thought anyone would ask me that.
This is Lorenzo.
Hi, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo Lama. So that's where you get the name Lorenzo Lama.
Wow.
Reach out. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
You could tell I got this then.
Yes.
I've never seen anyone that can read energy like you.
Then just
that is wild.
Just don't think about it.
Okay, I'm a calm, confident gal.
Wait. Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
Don't let her go. Oh, she's getting some grass. Oh, I've already lost my.
Watch this. So, watch this.
That happens so fast.
Yeah. So here, you grab, not this way.
Yeah.
You grab.
I'm a caution brain.
Yeah, caution is good. Caution is good, but do it with silence and calmness, so your sensitivity stays.
Yeah.
We want sensitivity, right? But do it from your silence and your calmness. So then you're always gonna gain trust, no matter what it is, right? No matter what it is. And then when you move, you move. So before he goes, look, you don't let the brain go into anything else except what your vision is. So you have to see it in your mind. What is it that you want to do?
Yeah.
Right? That's visualizing.
I know.
But you got to push it with an energy and then go do it. So a lot of people just think about things, so they're visualizing, but they still don't go do it. Right? And a lot of times they don't do it because they're afraid. So the
Yes,
energy
this
is
is my
afraid.
whole problem in
Boom.
life. My brain goes, what could go wrong? Oh, is the llama going to bite me? Like, you know,
Go.
and
Right there, right there, right,
Right
as
now?
you talk, yeah.
so I, you know, worry like, is the llama going to, you know,
That way.
turn around and bite me?
Yeah,
Or, you
yeah.
know, and then before I know it, I'm just like scared.
Yeah. Lower this one. There you go. There you go. That looks more like you're going to an event of polo.
Oh,
Like,
so real.
yeah, yes, like that. Yes, yes. See, happy go lucky, come for love and joy. You're
Yes.
not thinking about it.
yeah, yeah,
So the only thing is put you in positions where you get scared and help you go through it. And then, hey,
Yes.
how do you feel right now? That, okay, tell your brain to remember that.
yeah,
And then you start erasing anything that you don't want your brain to do,
right.
such as fear.
Yeah,
But imagine every day humans go and they say, listen, I have to master silence, calmness, confidence, love, joy. Every single day. For my husband, for my wife,
Yeah.
for my daughter, for myself, for the world, for my animals. So get inspired to be the best energy. Right?
yes,
And be around people that practice the same philosophy, right?
yeah.
And then you do the actions coming in. Hey,
Should I keep the llama?
yeah, keep it in.
Come on, llama.
Yep.
Oh my
Now
God, I
you-
suddenly got really scared.
Say what? You guys
got scared all of a sudden.
well, no, you can't let it go yet.
Okay,
Breathe it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't keep it tense. Yeah. 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 We can't hold it. We don't want to hold it.
No.
We want to be aware and don't let it go when you are fearful. Right?
Yes, you have to stay in
yeah,
it
stay
and-
there until it goes away.
until you feel okay again.
That's it. Until you go back to your silence, calmness, confidence, love, joy.
Yes, this is
Yeah, you got-
such
you-
a good life lesson.
You got to keep it right there. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're going to leave it that way. That's why I never leave a dog incomplete.
Yeah,
That dog, I don't care if he's aggressive, I will make sure that day he in that calm surrender.
yeah,
So the reason why you now is because he actually moved the head down. So once he's the head down, you relax. So energy
Yeah.
goes through the leash.
yeah.
You see it? So
Wow.
when he relaxed the head, that let
Wow.
me know it's time to remove
To let
him.
him off. Oh my God, I'm glad that I stuck in that
Yes.
actually, because every part of me wanted to like move away. I don't know why that happens, but
But listen, just the fact that this happened with Lorenzo can help you in 2-3 days. You're done, right? Because
Yeah.
Lorenzo, oh, I'm done. I know how to do Lorenzo. But you went through the fear through Lorenzo.
yes, yeah,
You see, and then you do the emus, and the emus.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna do this thing. You're gonna go.
Yeah.
The emu's gonna kill me. Blah blah blah. Right? All the story you're gonna go into. Like, you know what? I know how to. And then you just go after every single animal the same way. But
Wow.
they all help you get there.
yeah,
So the therapists can also be animals.
yeah,
You know, it just have to be a situation that can trigger that part of you, so we can remove it.
it's like exposure therapy
it
basically,
is.
which I definitely believe in. If you're
Yeah.
scared, you have to do the thing that you're scared of.
People are afraid of walking their dogs. People are afraid of putting the babies in their dogs. People are afraid of
Yeah.
bringing friends. So we have to be able to go through that, so the dog can learn. Okay, that energy is no longer needed, and we don't believe in that philosophy and those actions. And okay, that's fine.
Well, speaking of that, to wrap up the baby dog story,
Yes.
she's so good with the baby now.
See?
It's amazing, and she is so protective over the baby, but I think in a healthy way. She
Yes.
licks the baby.
Yes, grooms her.
I don't know if I should be allowing her to lick the baby's face, but I let her for a minute and then I stop
Okay.
her.
It is no need
No need to let her.
for the face. There's no need.
Yeah.
That's just optional.
You know why I let her lick the face is that I'm nervous. Like, how do I stop her without making her feel alarmed like that? Because that's where I
begin
notice
with
her.
silence. So at the moment you see this, she's licking,
Yeah.
right? And then immediately you get quiet. Maybe she feels your silence. And then once she feels the silence, you can do a little bit motion, and then that will make her go.
Yeah.
You see, so you can start with that, so you don't
As
startle
opposed
them.
to like physically removing her.
Because that way the brain never do it,
Yeah.
right? So watch this. I'm gonna do it with. So this guy is circling. Look. You see it?
Wow.
So silence, body language. This is how they connect, because in the animal world, they're feeling the energy and how close they are. The closer, the more they're gonna sense. So
How
it's
do you
not.
get her attention though? Because say like I'm here, the baby's here, and the dog, like Turtle, has her back to me and she's licking the baby. Do I make a sound or something?
No, they can feel your energy.
Even without seeing me?
The same way your husband feels your energy when you're quiet and not calm. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an instinct thing. They don't. Those are senses. These are the senses. But the feeling is something they feel the energy. Right? They feel the energy. When somebody's behind you, you can feel the energy.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
you're not, and then you're not sensing. Right? That means
Yeah.
you're too much in your mind. No,
Yeah.
be in the spirit instinct. Because that's the one is grounded and connected ground. And then you give love or mind. So spirit, instinct, boom, trust, respect, boom, direction.
Yeah.
Trust, respect, direction. If you're not connected to those, the animal feel, because an animal is connected to spirit and to earth. This is your instincts.
Yeah.
So how do I know? Calm confidence. This way. You get it?
I do.
This is our second session. You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm just so grateful that you let us come to the ranch with the baby
Yes.
and the dog, and everything is okay now. Like, it's because it was really scary for a minute there, because I was nervous that we would not get to this point, or we would just be
Yeah.
constantly living in fear.
Yep.
But now we trust her, and that was your biggest thing, was like learn to trust your dog.
Yeah.
And we got there by just kind of, I think we felt a little more calm and confident after our time here.
Yep.
So then we go home and we practice that feeling that we felt here.
What's your latest project?
Well,
Yes.
it's a movie called The Life of Chuck.
Alright.
And it is a Stephen King adaptation directed by Mike Flanagan, but it's not horror. It's actually a kind of beautiful exploration into 3 chapters in a man's life. And he's an ordinary man who hasn't really followed the path in life that he really wanted to deep down. And so he finds that joy later in life in little moments. And it's a beautiful movie, it really is. Character study, and I loved it.
I'm glad. Now, one thing that I will, to help the humans in the world, better human, better planet, right? What would you tell them, the moms who have a dog that are about to have a child? What should they learn when it's a moment where I get a lot of that, right? I get a lot of people that say, my dog was my baby first, and then I have the real baby, and I
Right.
don't know how to do the connection. What should they pay attention to? What should they learn so they don't have to go through this moment of uncertainty?
I mean, I think the answer is usually within yourself. And I can only speak for me personally, but
Yeah.
I think my dog was acting as a bit of a mirror to my shortcomings.
Yeah.
And I think it's about diving deep into yourself and really making sure that you're being the best dog parent that you can be, which will then actually help you become the best human baby parent you can be. You know, they're not worlds apart.
No, they're not.
And so for me personally, it's about finding a way to access my inner leader and making my pack feel safe and protected. The other stuff I'm naturally good at, like having fun and being really loving, but where I lack is the leadership area. And
The calm confidence.
Exactly, calm confidence. I'm like a frantic, not confident, fun person. I don't know.
But in home, because in your work, you have to be.
Well,
this-
in my work, it's the only place where I can access what you're talking
Yeah.
about and be commanding and take up space. And it's almost like I have to pretend to be someone else in order to do that. And maybe that's just what I need to be doing at home.
Yeah, in the beginning.
In the beginning, and
until
then
you
it
get
might
comfortable.
become natural.
Yeah, you get comfortable about this, and you don't think about it. And it's just you allow it to come out.
Yeah.
You're just allowing it to come out, right? It's just okay with a dog. So this is what I tell people: formula ritual symbol. The dog is a symbol of reminding the human just by looking at the dog. Okay, no touch, no talk, no eye contact, nose, eyes, ears. You see, calm, confident before love, joy. So if the dog reminds you that just by you looking at that's going to send a different message to your brain. But if a dog means love and excitement, that's going to send a different energy and rituals. You see, because the symbol for that human is about emotional intelligence. It's about emotions.
Yeah.
It's about love and fantasies, right? Which are beautiful, but you can't not live reality. Right, reality, then the story.
You know, it's so funny being this way naturally and then becoming a mother where you are sort of just, you're in a pack leader position.
Yeah.
You're thrown in there and you have to figure that out.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I am now a pack leader because yes, I'm willing to die for this baby.
Yep.
Absolutely, I'd lay down my life for this baby and I'm going to protect it at all costs.
That's right.
And it's like, oh, right. you just kind of, you're thrown into that. And it sort of happens naturally in that respect, where you're just like, I guess my life is protecting this thing now.
Yeah, but see, sometimes you do things, even if you read a book, you still have to practice your instincts.
Yeah.
Right? And then your faith or
Yes.
your belief, whatever a spiritual word you need for that world, but you have to do it. Right? Everybody agrees with love and da-da-da-da-da. But when it comes to the use of the energy of spirit, most dog people forget to honor it, or to practice it, or to live in it, which is silence or just happy to be alive. I'm not talking about excited happiness, right? Because a lot of times people come, oh my God, I love it. So a lot of times people say, oh, I'm just happy. That's excitement.
Yeah.
That's excitement. That vibration is excitement, because no animal will stay calm if you do, oh my God. No animal.
No.
Zebras, elephants, they will go like that.
Right.
Versus if you, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's like a content.
You see, that vibration, they know you're happy, but they know you're calm, and they know that you're keeping distance. It's like, wow, that's a good human. I don't know, but it's in a good vibration. All animals will know that you're in that vibration. They will not know if you're an actress, nothing. They just know the energy and the rituals that you're doing, your communication, connection, communication, relationship.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we hear. I think we're here on this earth to learn to connect to your spirit, to your instinct, to your heart and your mind. And with animals, you can only do it their way. You can't do it human way. You see, it's no way in the world. If you change the order of the formula, how can the A give you what they know?
And also all of this avoidance that we take part in as humans to kind of get more status and all of these things don't matter to dogs. And so it kind of just shows you what you really are. Like, as you said, it's like none of these extra things that could put you higher up in a hierarchy in the human world, they don't work on dogs. And that's kind of amazing.
Yep. That's your natural, simple, profound. You know, I think America gave us all an opportunity for the money, fame, power. It's wonderful, great, amazing. It's a great platform, right, as a land. But also it's very important, no matter where we are in the world, the natural, simple, profound is the connection to earth, is the connection to God, right? And that alone should be able to give you this sense of safe and peace and trust and respect. So love can be practiced fully with no hesitation. You know, no hesitation. It's just so easy because you feel safe, you feel peaceful, you feel trust, you feel respect. And then that kid, that dog grew up in that environment with those parents. And no matter where they go, they always have that same energy, philosophy, actions. And that's it. Thank you for coming and helping me teach Scottish people.
Again, thank you. My second time at the ranch.
The third time you have to come with the pack.
Oh yeah, I'll
so
bring
we
the
can
whole
do it.
pack.
Yeah, so we can begin to teach you, little girl,
little
about connection,
Clementine,
communication, relationship.
Yes.
She can, you can see that. I think kids, if you don't show them fear, they don't know to be afraid of animals.
Yes, I really believe that I've learned to be scared of things throughout my life, and I'm determined to not teach that lesson to my daughter. I'm not going to do that.
And we can help.
Thank
with
you.
the animals. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and join me on my mission of better humans, better planet.